Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is Tuesday. It is February 15th. So, for those of you who struggled yesterday, just know that you are not alone. That being loved or being lovable is within each and every one of us. And putting together the little description for tomorrow night's pickup card for the full moon in Leo. This morning, I got up thinking about masks that people wear. And, you know, that's a trauma response. When you feel like you have to present yourself in a certain way, or you feel like you have to be a certain thing, depending on who you're around or who you're with. So, this idea of mask wearing, and many people do this and have done this for a long time. And in the past little while here, I would say in the past year, I have worked with many people who have been in relationships where there was a mask. And once that mask comes off the other person, once their true self is revealed, there's no going back. And as the person who's been duped in some way because you weren't getting their authenticity, you weren't getting their heart, you were getting their ego, it can be very, very challenging. It can be very, very disheartening, and it can be very, very heartbreaking, honestly, because you thought you were in one situation, but it was actually something very, very different. Good morning, Charlene. Good morning, Becca. Yeah, it feels like I've been being brought a lot of information about this. I have a lot of experience with this. I've written several blogs about this. But I feel like this Leo full moon is really going to reveal to many people situations in relationships, in people, that it just, the mask can't stay on in this energy, that it's being revealed in some way. So if that's you in your situation, or you're going through something like that, just know that you need to love yourself. You need to put yourself first and know that once that mask came off, there's no putting it back on. Oh, hello, Joanna. Again, it's a trauma response, and I never want to demonize the people who are wearing the masks, because something shut them down emotionally, something shut them down, that really put the wall up around their heart. And that wall, until they do something about it, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can say. There's no way you can stamp your feet. There's no way you can give them an ultimatum. There's nothing you can do except protect yourself in whatever way that looks like. But recognize that the mask is a trauma response in some way. Some shame, some trauma, some hurt, deep-seated, deeply rooted within their psyche. There's nothing you can do to change them. And more times than not, they're not going to do the work to change themselves, because they have figured out with that mask how to manipulate their situation to get absolutely everything they want, for everything in their life to go in the way that they want it to go. They're comfortable there. And so it's going to be really important for you to love yourself enough to go in a different direction. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Anne. Yeah, Becca, boundaries. But if you're someone who is attached emotionally to this person who has drawn you in by making you feel emotions or connection in a way that you've never felt before, it can be very, very hard to untangle that connection, to sever that connection. And it takes steps and it takes work, because there's something within you that resonated with them on some level that kept you in that relationship. And so, very important to love yourself. but be very clear with yourself about what you're going through. Burying your head in the sand, waiting for them to step up to the plate. It's not going to happen. And it's devastating, and it's sad, and there's a grieving process, and it's traumatic. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Lauren. Tonight at 7 p.m., I'm actually going to be on for Tarot Tuesday, Melissa, so I would show up there, honey. That's where I'll be doing free readings. If I have time and I'm drawn to you, then I will pick a card for you. And if you want to make sure that you get a reading, as little as a $5 donation, we'll make sure that you get me pulling you a card or two. All right, so that's there. So that's what I was brought to this morning, this idea that this Leo full moon is going to reveal situations and relationships that are going to show you people in a way that you didn't expect to see them, or situations be what you didn't expect them to really be underneath. So really, really big energies coming this week. And so tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, I will do the pick a pile, so you can kind of get an indication for you specifically what those themes will look like in this next couple of weeks. But for those of you who are going through it right now, who are having masks drop away from people in situations that you've been with for a while, or there's another layer being pulled back and you're really ready to step into your healing and your own journey. Because you can't affect them. You can't change them. All you can do is take care of yourself. And so that is what I would recommend, is just taking care of yourself. Alicia, I'm telling you, this energy is bringing it out. So for those of you who need support, that's what integrative energy therapy does. It goes into those issues in your tissues that is resonating with these very toxic, traumatic relationship situations with people who are not authentic, who have the mask on, who have been revealed to be wearing a mask, who are not loving you, giving to you, being there for you in the way that they promised, because they're not able to. They don't have those skills. They don't have that openness. Their heart is not available. The IET will help with that. Becca, people don't recognize that. That is one of the big aha moments when people are going through their healing journey, that they finally come to, that it's not about them, that nothing they did put them in this situation, nothing they did affected how the other person was manipulating them and traumatizing them and abusing them verbally, mentally, emotionally, physically. These are bad situations sometimes. And you don't, when you're in that situation, you don't want to keep beating yourself up. You just want to say, I gotta go, and then get the healing that you need. And so that's what the IET will help you do, layer by layer. Really heal those parts of yourself that were keeping you resonating in that energy. What had traumatized you or hurt you, that was allowing you to stay in a situation that really was hurting you on a soul level. Yeah, it is very empowering, but it takes time. It takes work. It takes steps. It's not a one and done. And sometimes people have to go through the situation more than once before they can truly heal out of it. And especially if you're not getting help in the healing, whether it's counseling, energy, whatever you need to heal. But I am here to partner with you through IET if you're going through this, or you've been through this and you really want to get out of this energy. You want to get out of this dynamic. Because the only person that you can heal is yourself. The only person that you can change is yourself, your energy signature, so that you don't attract this and you don't stay in this dynamic. So, just sending you all a lot of love, because I just feel like this Leo new moon, Leo's fire energy, it's going to move something, guys. Something's going to transform in your life in a big way in the next couple of weeks. And that's what I'm feeling. And so just know that if you need help, to heal and to move through whatever it is, IET would be the way to go. Yeah, Becca. Yeah. So tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, we're going to do the full moon in Leo reading. And like I said the other day, I am going to be doing full moon and new moon as they come up in the next few months, because these energies are going to really start shifting your life experience, and it is going to be big energy. And we're going to need help. We're going to need direction. We're going to need to know that we're going to come through this okay, and how that's going to look. Let's get some cards to see what the angels want to talk to us about today. What Spirit wants to say to us today. Yeah. Because it is time. It is time for you to come into being the master of your own heart, having mastery around love, self-love, opening your heart in a new way. I'm not surprised that I'm seeing this card come right out of the gate, honestly, because it is time. It is time for us to love ourselves in a way that maybe we've never done before. It's time to let our heart out of the prison that maybe it's been in, if you've been in an abusive or toxic relationship. Just in a relationship that doesn't serve you. It's not what you thought it was going to be, and it's not going anywhere. It's not going where you thought it was going. It's not feeling good on a heart energetic level. And some people, it might not be that severe. It just might be a relationship that it really isn't going anywhere. It's comfortable. You've been in it a while. You're used to it, but it's not making you feel passion. It's not making you feel creative. It's not bringing you joy. It's just is. So it's time. It's time to move on to getting into mastery of loving in a way that is fulfilling, that is wholehearted, that is authentic, that is vibrational match, that the frequencies feel good, that you're giving and receiving as much as they're giving and receiving, that we're in balance. That is mastery. And that is where you're being led. So for many of you, there's going to be a lot of shifts, a lot of changes, and a lot of new people coming into your experience, because, again, the relationship that you've been in or the past isn't going to take you into this new energy. So there's going to be a lot of changes around relationships, family, friends, work, coworkers, love, partner. So yes, that's what we're coming into. Being the master of our own heart and being very clear about what it is we will and will not accept. Because we are being rebirthed. We are being born into joy. We are being brought to what is going to bring us connection in a way maybe we've never been connected to anyone before, on that heart level, on that level of connection that is in mastery. And that other person is going to really complement us, match us, feel good in a way that might be a little unsettling. We've never been here before. So isolation and sadness is what we're coming out of. We're leaving it behind. Alicia, honey, you're not alone. It's so true. It's so true, especially if you've had that narcissistic parent, or you've been, you grew up in some kind of toxic or abusive household. Yes, it is very hard to know what true love and authentic love feels like. Love that doesn't have strings attached, that doesn't have anything weighing you down about it. And so that is real healing and real growth that will be coming to you. And so you will feel born again. You will feel brand new. You will feel uncomfortable. You will feel out of your comfort zone and out of your depth, because you're going someplace you've never been before in your heart space. It is time. Look at that. It is time. It is time to come together. It's time to come out of the isolation and the sadness and come together. Move into this togetherness. And for many of you, this togetherness is about coming into connection with yourself, loving yourself, really seeing your gifts and talents in a way that you've never seen them before, recognizing that you deserve to be protected, you deserve to be loved, you deserve to be honored and respected. And when you really start honoring and respecting yourself, those toxic relationships can't do anything but fall away. Those abusive situations can't do anything but move out of your experience. These energies are going to bring you together with yourself, and that's going to draw those people to you that is going to resonate with you, that is going to feel good. That's how that works. You change the internal and the external shifts. And for some of you, the external is shifting to transform the internal. So for some of you, you're being ripped out of situations that no longer serve you. For some of you, you really are coming into this very uncomfortable time so that you can start getting clear about why you've been letting yourself down, why you've been allowing those trauma responses to be your master. And now it's time to master that for yourself. Become the master of your own heart, your own emotions, unprisoning your own love, taking it out of the box that it's been told to stay in, to play small, that it's not safe if you give it away, if you love big. Wow, I couldn't make this up. Look at that. Look what came out. So heart chakra, and the only way to open and heal your heart chakra is to open it back up, to love. And so for some of you, it's about getting into self-love in a way that you can't allow the trauma. You can't allow the mask from the other person. You can't allow the lies, the deceit, the cheat. You can't allow any of that in your life. Yeah. Take back your power. Take back your power. I didn't even know this was here. Take back your power. And that's what you're doing. You're opening your heart. You're loving yourself so much. You're taking back your own power. You're becoming the master at loving yourself, at giving love in a authentic way. So anybody around you who's wearing the mask, it's time for you to walk in a different direction. For you to love yourself so hard that you can't stay where you are. No worry, Becca. No worry. And you're protected as you go through these changes, as you go through these shifts. You're not alone. The angels, your guides, your ascended master, your crossed over loved ones, they're right there holding you from behind. They're right there supporting you at your back. They're right there embracing you from behind, letting you know that moving forward is the only way to go. And and I'm seeing them behind you because you can't go that way. That's not your way anymore. Going backwards is not where you're being allowed to go. You have to go forward. You have to move forward. There's no going back. It's time, and you're protected, because going forward is so uncomfortable because you've never been there before. It's scary. It's hard, but it's the only way you can go. It's the only way. So you are protected. Keep moving forward. Keep taking the steps that are taking you in the direction to healing and to mastering self-love, mastering protecting yourself, mastering respecting yourself, mastering embracing yourself, standing in your power like never before. And you standing in your power is going to trigger that other person or that situation like it's never triggered them before. And that's why you need the protection. Because you might have some anger coming towards you. You might have some hard situations coming towards you. Know that you're protected. Melissa, that's the only way you can feel, honey. That's the only way you can feel, because everything you know, everything you've been told, everything you thought has been crushed. When the mask comes off, there's no putting it back on. You're now truly seeing the person who you thought was the love of your life in a completely different way. And it's exactly what I'm talking about, where this conversation started today. You're being let down on a level you've never been let down before. But it has to be revealed so that you can rise up. You can be sovereign and stand in your divinity and empower yourself like you never have before. And doing that, you are protected. Yes, Alicia. Yes. Manipulation, lies, cheating. Because when they have the mask on, they are operating out of their ego. And their ego is that flight or fight. They're going to do anything they can to keep themselves safe. They're going to say whatever they need to make their situation safe. They're going to promise whatever they need to promise to make their situation safe. It's not about you. It's about them staying safe. Physically, financially, egoically. There's a wall around their emotions. The only emotion they allow themselves to feel is anger. And they will go there in a hot minute. Hello, Mary. No, Alicia, you're not. Do not beat yourself up for trusting and loving someone because of what they told you, because of who you thought they were. Do not buy into any wrongness. You were loving authentically from your heart, and you were trusting authentically. But now that you know better, you do better. You go in a different direction. You love yourself enough to say, now I see you, and now I go. Your gut knows, Becca, yeah. And your gut has probably been screaming a long time that something is not right, and you couldn't put your finger on it. You knew it didn't feel right, but you didn't know what was wrong, so you just ignored it. And now I feel in this energy, there's no ignoring it because it's being revealed. Yeah. Good, Alicia, good, yeah. Melissa, love yourself. Whew, Joanna, that's a tough one, honey. That is a tough one. It gets sticky. So definitely do what you need to do for yourself and your children. Getting a good lawyer is not a bad idea, but protect yourself in whatever way you need to, and don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about protecting yourself however you need to. Oh, it really has, Melissa. It really has, honey. And so I would trust your gut, because your angels want you to know what's going on so that you can do what you need to for yourself, to protect yourself, to go in the direction that you need to go for yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Whew. All right. So it is time to reconsider. And this reconsider is about not buying into the old stories, not allowing whatever was said with the mask on to be where you go. Reconsider everything you've been told, because it's all in some way not had the truth behind it. It may have been a version of the truth. It may have had a kernel of the truth, but it wasn't the whole truth, because the mask is about protecting themselves. The mask is about keeping the truth very, very hidden. And so reconsider everything you've been told in a way that allows you to understand that in some way there was an untruth there. And guys, lying by omission, not just not being told something, that's lying. That's lying to you. But because they're just not saying it, they don't see it as a lie, but it is a very big one. And it is time for you to recognize that what you were not being told was you actually being lied to, so that you can move on. Face your fears. Release the power of fear, because that's what they've been using to manipulate you. The fear of losing them, the fear of them taking whatever they've said they would take, the fear of them not being there for you. Oh, honey, you're very welcome. I'm sorry. So it is time. It is time to face your fears. It is time to look at that. It's time for you to open your eyes in a way that maybe you have not done that before. It is time to release the power of fear. It is time to move into love. Yeah, it is time. It is time to face your fears and move into loving yourself like you've never loved yourself before, so that you can move forward in the way that you need to. And in doing that, you are protected, because it is time. The energies are forcing you to do nothing else. The only thing you can do is master what's going on and move forward. You're being brought these situations and these revelations and these gut instincts and these masks coming off because it's time. It's time for you to move forward. And you can't do that with the blinder on. You can't do that. You've got to take your own blinder off and recognize that their mask that slipped or fell off or was exposed, this is who they truly are. And now you're protected and it's time to move forward. Yes, Becca. No, Melissa, it's the universe saying it's time for you to have the revelations. It's time for you to know the truth. It's time for you to stand in your power like you never have before. It's time for you to be your authentic self and to be able to draw to you the person who will love you authentically, who won't be toxic. The situation won't be hard. And for many people, it is going to be very uncomfortable to be in a situation that isn't hard, because you've always had these very toxic situations in some way be part of your experience, because that's where you resonated. And now that you're healing through this relationship, your vibrational frequency is going to raise and you're going to start drawing to you the better relationships, the better people, the people that are going to love you authentically. And that's going to feel uncomfortable because you've never had that before. And it's time. It's time for you to have authentic love. It's time for you to draw to you the love that is going to allow you to stand in your power like you never have before, because they're not going to hold you back. They're not going to manipulate you. They're not going to lie to you. They're not going to cheat on you. They're not going to make you feel bad. They're going to love you like you've never been loved before, because you've learned how to love yourself enough to stand up for yourself and be powerful. Be the master. The energies are forcing it. This Leo fire full moon is going to move things in your experience in some way. Yes, Alicia. So Wednesday night, 8 p.m., we're going to do the full moon reading. But tonight at 7 p.m., we're going to do Tarot Tuesday. So if you are looking for more help in your personal situation, join me tonight at 7 o'clock. I will pull a free card for as many people as I can fit in, and that will be around people who are giving donation, and the donation gets you a reading, so you don't have to worry about getting one, and it also gets you a little bit of a longer message, so anywhere from 3 to 5 cards, depending on what I feel. So that is tonight at 7 o'clock. Yes, Becca, that's what I was called to do this week. It is a lot, and it's going to be good. And so today I am taking a little bit of downtime working on a project that will be hopefully coming out maybe this time next year. You're very welcome, Melissa. And with that being said, You're welcome, Alicia. Guys, I'm just sending you so much love and so many blessings. If you're truly, truly struggling and you do need help on the energetic level to heal those traumas and dramas that you're holding at the cellular level, at the physical level, at the emotional level, at the energetic level, IET is the way to go. If you need more information on that, go to guidance311.com and hit the IET button at the top of the page. Or you can just book your session. And also there is the 3-session discount. So it is $100 off 3 individual sessions. So that is the best way to go, because again, this is not a one and done. It is subtle energies that we're going in and we're moving, we're releasing. And when they're released, they are released permanently. They're not going to come back. So this is profound healing, where you can really release those old stagnant energies that have really been weighing you down. That abuse that you went through at a very early age, or those feelings that have always kind of been there, weighing you down and keeping you from being able to move forward in a way that felt good. So IET is there for you. And I love, love, love being a part of that journey, because I know we're going to do profound work. So that is there, guys. Thank you, Becca. Thank you. Yeah, it really does. It's changed my life, and I want to help anybody who's ready to change their life. And that's what IET does. It is a game changer. It truly, truly, truly is. And one of the byproducts of that is it's going to raise your vibrational frequency. And so for those of you who want to get into connection with spirit and have your own relationship that you can trust and act on, IET is part of that. Journey, part of that journey. So for those of you who are ready to step into being an evidential medium, we start March 2nd. That course is also on my website. You can grab your seat. There's only 10 total, and there's already some spoken for. So class is filling up. The cohort is coming together, and I'm very excited about it. But for those of you who, you're not sure where you are or what you need, feel free to get a hold of me. We can have that conversation. I'm so glad, Becca. I'm so glad. That's what this is all about. This is my purpose, helping those of you who are ready to step into your purpose of service in whatever way that looks like for you. But that's what I'm here doing, and that's what it's all about. And I'm just sending you so much love and so many blessings, because I know this energy is going to be a lot in the next couple of months. And for many people, it's going to be uncomfortable, but it's leading them to the healing. It's leading them to where they need to be in their life journey at this time on this earth plane. Awesome, Becca. Awesome. All right, guys. So tonight, 7:00, I'll see you. I'll be here. I hope you'll join me. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.